Hey everybody, Namo here. It's Saturday morning. I didn't really get any footage of anything throughout the week. I didn't do any video editing whatsoever. I still need to edit the final video that I have recorded for Transformers for my Monday release. I got to get that done. Some point this weekend, I got to take the second part of session 3 and cut it down to the too long didn't read version. And then I gotta take whatever footage I get today and tomorrow and edit it into the vlog. So there's going to be some stuff that I'll probably catch this weekend, probably throughout the week. But right now it is Saturday morning. Wednesday night, Michelle and I went on a date to this place here in town that's an escape room and axe throwing lanes. So we did the axe throwing. We did it for an hour, and I wanted to record some of that because it was fun. I wanted to get some video of that, but we were having such a good time that I just didn't want to ruin it by pulling out my phone and being like, oh, hey, here's video of, my wife throwing her axes. And, hey, honey, would you hold the phone while you record some video of me throwing my axes? And I just didn't want to ruin that. We had a great time. So much so that I'm now considering one of my projects of a axe throwing target board. So I have the lumber, so that could be a project for down the line. I mean, I got that hatchet that I'm working on. I haven't done anything with it. I really need to. That can be something I'm doing on my rainy days, something I'm doing during the winter. But tonight, because I won't be doing too much, I'm not going to be pushing myself too much today. Tonight, about 7 o'clock, we're having 3 of our friends over that we used to play D&D with a long time ago to play D&D with. So, excuse me. Allergies are really getting to me this morning. Everything's clogged up. Everything's running down my nose. You can probably hear that in my voice. It's kind of chilly this morning, but it's chilly enough that everything is soaked in dew. So I will be mowing. I need to mow, even though it still doesn't really look like it needs it. I mean, the entire front yard still looks pretty good, especially from the road, but it needs it. It needs it pretty badly. I still want to take the mower down some of the parts that I weed eated at the bottom and get them all mowed out and fixed so that I can understand more for next year what part needs to be mowed, what part needs to be weed eated, because I mean, I think it was 8 hours in total because I did that last little bit of weed eating. I did seven hours that one week, that one vlog, and then I think I did another hour the vlog after that. So, yeah, 8 hours in total of weed eating. I still didn't get done. I want to be able to take the mower through about once a month and get everything kind of fixed up to where I can, the parts I do need to weed eat won't take so long. So this shed behind me, that acts as my cold frame during the winter, during the cold months. And now that it's October, usually by the end of October, around Halloween, is when I start putting my plants inside. So I have 1 month to clean this thing out, which means I have 1 month to get my wood shed built in the back. So I could probably, after I mow today, go ahead and start trying to set the posts back here. So I got some of the longer 4x4s set back here. You can see I've got One, two. There's one under this 2x4, and then a fourth one right there. I've got these 2 sheets of plywood that I've shown you before. See, 2 sheets. And I want to set a post here and here, and then wherever I can out here, so that I can use these plywoods as the roof. I do feel like, let me get back to where I can get a better shot. I do feel that I need to dig this down, kind of flatten it out, because it's all running back towards the shed. So I want to set a post there, there, and there. Run some boards back and forth on the back, some slats, just to make this the opening. Lay some of these pallets kind of as the floor, the base for it, and then start stacking wood for the fire pit. Because as you can see, this shed is an absolute mess. These are scraps that my parents brought me to burn, because my dad and mom do a lot of woodworking too. This looks like a failed attempt at a hot pad. They make these slats, and then they stain it and clear coat it, and then you set it on a table, and when you bring in your food, you set it on there. That way you're not messing up the finish on your table. But this pile of wood is what really needs to go in the wood shed out back. I've got a ton of pots down there underneath the back deck that I really want to bring in here. But I've got tools that I need to keep in here. I want to store my pots in here. And I want to have room for the few plants I have. I don't have as much as I did last year, because if you remember from earlier videos when they were tearing down the deck and redoing the roof, I put over 200 plants down here on this side of the fence and on the road side of the fence. The stuff on the road side of the fence, majority of it died off. Because, like I said, I just was going to plant it and let the weather take it. It rained for like a week after that, and then didn't rain for a while, so everything kind of died. But then the road crew came in and mowed, so that took out a good majority of my plants. Then I'm trying to save everything by mowing myself and kind of going around everything. They came back and they mowed everything again. So I don't know what to do about that, because that was 170 plants that I just put out there, and right now I can see 2 that are still alive, because they're up by the fence. So I feel kind of defeated for that, but that does mean here in the shed I'm going to have a whole lot more room than I did last year, because I'm not going to have 170 plants. So I should have plenty of room in the shed for the plants that I have. I still got that half of a hay bale, which I can use, which is right there. So I should be able to get all this, build my shed, get all this out of the way, be able to put my plants there, spread that half of a hay bale over top of them, get all this stuff reorganized. I kind of need to take my sawhorses and put them in the garage, since that's where I'll probably be doing majority of my woodworking. We'll need them again when we start building the deck on the side of the house that wraps around to the back, but that's next year's project. I still haven't been able to get up the money to get a bobcat to level out this spot and put more dirt there. That's why we haven't started on the steps in the front. I haven't been able to do that. My dad's pretty confident that his truck would not be able to pull a trailer with a bobcat on it. My wife's truck would, but her power steering apparently is starting to go out again. We got that fixed last year by replacing almost the entirety of the front end of her truck. The only thing that didn't get replaced, I believe, is the power steering pump. So at some point, we're going to have that looked at and checked to see if that's the problem, because otherwise everything else is brand new. So we gotta get that fixed. She is supposed to at some point get a dump voucher so we can take care of all the trash that's in the blue shed, so that we can reclaim the blue shed. I mean, we have chimneys and stuff from the roof, satellites from the roof. We have just a bunch of stuff that needs to just go to the dump, and it's all piled in the blue shed. So she's got to get a voucher to be able to do that. But that's kind of all she wants to be able to do with the truck until it's fixed. So we can't really pull a bobcat up here. I think because the place we rent, we would be renting the bobcat from. I pretty sure, yeah. They also rent out dingoes, which this thing's coming apart. That's not good. Dingo is a ride-along little excavating tool. It's not very big, so I think I can rent one of those and be able to take care of what I need taken care of. So I might be able to do that this year before it gets bad. If not, that will be first project of next year. Get all this leveled out so that we can build the steps. And once we build the steps, we can, put out the grass and start working on the deck. The deck is not going to be a one weekend project. It's going to take a while. So that one's going to be fun. But yeah, I need a mow. I need to try and get the wood shed at least started so I can start getting this emptied. And that'll probably all of it for today, because majority of this is just me right now talking and not doing anything at all. So, alright, so I finished mowing. I did mow a lot of the backyard, not as much as I was originally planning on doing, but still a lot. There's some spots back there that I'm just gonna have to start mowing around because my mower got stuck a few times. It's not smooth back there at all, but I'm worn out. You could probably tell. But I've also been pretty just run down all week. I feel like I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm always really tired, like to the point where I'm walking around at work, like trying to keep my eyes, from sinking. But yeah, yesterday was the worst. Just felt like I got no sleep at all, and I just was dead on my feet. I wasn't able to do much of anything. So right now I'm pretty well worn out. So all that talking I did earlier about I want to do this and this and this today, at this point in time I'm kind of like, I just want to go lay down somewhere cold and take a nap. It's pretty bad. It's still not that warm, but it is humid. Really humid. There's a slight breeze. It feels really good right now. So if I do anything towards that woodshed today, it would be probably trying to set the 2 posts that go up behind the shed. And I kind of feel like that's going to be it. Like I said, I'm worn out. I'm run down. Um, my body's aching. My arm's still, like, my arm is feeling fine the last few days after throwing axes, but just mowing now, like, it hurts so bad. So I'm gonna cool down and sit around for a bit and rest, and then see what we do after that. Alright, so it's like 4 o'clock now, and I really didn't get anything else done. Honestly, I just woke up, laid down on the couch, fell asleep, just woke up, and my whole, like, right side of my body is just in pain. My arm hurts, leg hurts. I'm just tired out of it, and I'm getting a lot of like backlighting. But I want to show you the progress that I made earlier today with mowing. Alright, so I didn't mow any of the trails, and the walking trails that I used to mow. But I don't know if you can tell, but all of that has been mowed. So you can see the normal trail that I make, and typically I come through and I just make a circle here. But I went to that tree line, down this way, and made a big strip through here that leads down to the fence at the end of the yard, and then I mowed all of that right there. Now, like I said, there were some spots that my mower didn't like this whole part of the hill right here. You can see some spots where the wheels kind of just spun and made a few little mudslides. But then we got a dip here that it got stuck in, and it's gonna be really hard for you guys to see or even tell, I guess, but there's a dip right in here. You can kind of see a hole there, and then you can see where the mower blade cut the top off of the dirt there, because there's a whole dip right there. So I'm gonna have to figure something out about just kind of like mowing around this area instead of mowing through it, because there's nothing I can do to come in here and level this out. This is all downhill. I just don't have the extra dirt anywhere to fill all this in. So, but the dogs are really enjoying it because they can see everything now. They can explore now. And this one, all week, after being shown there was a whole backyard, goes out the back door and runs down here and just disappears. So we have to call for him and call for him. Thankfully, this is all fenced in, and he's not going anywhere. So, like I said a few weeks ago, my dad and I walked the fence line and repaired parts of the fence where the trees and limbs had fallen on it. So everything's good, sturdy, and he should be able to escape. Still got that one spot up here where the cedar fell down that was holding up the fence, and we've still only got it braced, so I've got to fix that completely, permanently at some point. But like I said, I'm worn out. This was a lot. This was a lot of work. Just everything with just how I've been tired and worn out all week. It all mixed together, accumulated, and I passed out on the couch. So, like I said, we've got friends coming to play D&D tonight. I've got a few hours in between now and then. I'm just going to go get a shower. And then I'll start working on editing the Transformers video for Monday. And we'll play D&D. And then tomorrow after church, I might get the boys to help me set at least those 2 posts for the woodshed. So I really got to get that built. Really got to get the steps on the front of the house built. But at the moment, I'm out of money. And I keep coming up with excuses that I'm out of time. So I really got to get that done. But that's the plan thus far. And as always, everything tends to change. And things tend to not get done. Other things that I wasn't even planning on doing, ends up getting done. So we'll just see how it goes, and I'll continue to update you. And maybe next week I'll actually be able to, get some through the week footage. That way I'm not just sitting here talking forever, just probably boring the crap out of you. So I'll update you as things come up. Well, it's Sunday. It's about 5 o'clock. It's been a really lazy day. Haven't done anything. Laid on the couch. Went to church with the kids. Played with the kids a few. Nothing really done outside. No ifs, ands, or buts. I have to pull the weeds and all the potted plants around the front and then give them some water. They're getting pretty weedy, and I don't honestly remember the last time they got watered. I know it rained sometime this week, but I haven't kept up with how long it's been. Just can't remember. So I'm going to go ahead and water them, get back onto a every other day schedule. So this is really it. I really didn't do anything with the woodshed, at all. Didn't set any posts, didn't do anything like I was talking about. Just, like I said, I've just been lazy. I'm still worn out and tired for no reason. We had our friends over last night for D&D. I didn't get any video for that, just because we're having just a really good time. I just didn't want to pop in, just be like, hey guys, look what we're doing, but that went a little bit longer than we expected. Didn't get to bed till 1 o'clock last night, but I did get some good sleep today. I just don't feel like I did. So I'm gonna get these weeds pulled. I'm gonna get these plants watered, and I'm gonna call it a day. Well, not really, because I gotta start editing session 3 part 2 into a Too Long Didn't Read. I'm just gonna do that for a little bit tonight, save my progress, finish it up tomorrow, and then get it all where it needs to be for uploading it to YouTube. And then editing this will be next. So that's kind of the plan. It's still kind of just lazy day. Not much to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this done, and then that'll be it. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My handles are in the outro. My links are in the description. Like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because I do post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when I do post. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.